Welcome back to the Manitoba Sports Desk. Again, I am joined here by Patrick Ryan, Executive Director of Rugby Manitoba. I've got Kelsey McGilvery, Captain of Wasps Rugby, Winnipeg Wasps. Oh, that's going to get me going all night long. I'm going to have trouble saying that. Sandy Penner, was on the very end there. Of course, they switched my order. And Alex Belmare here in the middle. All three of them players on the Winnipeg Wasps. We're going to get to them in a second because some other things are going on with Rugby Manitoba. Mainly right now, let's talk about the high school championships. We had the Westman and the Winnipeg ones happen over the weekend here. How did those go?
Yeah, that's right. We had on the weekend, we had our city championships. That was taken out by St. Paul's College on the men's side. And
always a strong program there.
That is. It's a very strong program. I think they've won the last several years, and they're a very strong rugby school, and there's a lot of catch-up to do for the other clubs, but this is definitely impressive. We also had the women Sisler College win.
Oh, really?
And they defeated Springfield, and they'll progress through to the provincial finals.
I'm sure
coming up this weekend.
Myself, a lot of people didn't even know there was a women's high school rugby league going on.
Oh no, we have quite a strong ladies program in Manitoba. We've historically been one of the best countries in the province, and we have the players to represent that.
I'm sure we'll hear about it from these ladies a little later.
No, that's right. And of course, the other half of the provincial championships was the Westman program. We had Massey take out the boys' crown in the West, and we had Minnedosa take the ladies' crown out. So they'll all come into Winnipeg on Friday night for our provincial program or provincial finals.
Okay.
And then they'll play a grand final on Saturday for the provincial champion for both ladies and for men's. So it's very exciting times for all those athletes involved.
No kidding. And Minnedosa, it's not even really a big town or a big school, so they're obviously putting out some serious talent out of there with the ladies.
They have a very strong program. They have some very good coaches, and they actually get into it from quite a young age.
Okay. Speaking of a young age, I mean, how are your numbers in those youth regions and all over the region? I mean, Manitoba's a big province. I'm sure there's a lot of areas to cover.
We're actually starting our regional programs in the next week. So that's our under 14s, 16s and 18s, pathways through to the provincial teams. That's something we're very excited about. The information will be out on our social media for anyone that's looking to get involved.
What's the tags? Throw them out there.
What's the tags? Rugby MB.
There you go. You'll find it.
There we go. Yeah, that's right. If you just follow us, at Rugby Manitoba, you'll be informed as to what we have going on.
That's perfect. I mean, like you said, the regional stuff, that's obviously a big part of the program.
Yeah, that's right. We have a regional competition with Saskatchewan, so Northern Saskatchewan, Southern Saskatchewan, West Manitoba, Parklands, and Winnipeg all put in regional teams, and that forms the selection basis for our provincial programs that go and compete at the national championships in July. So there's some exciting pathways available to any of the kids involved in that.
You talk about exciting stuff coming up right now. These three ladies are going to be in action on the weekend. If you wouldn't mind passing the mic, we'll start with you, Kelsey. Why don't you just tell me a little bit about what's going on this weekend and what you guys are getting into?
So the Wasp Women, we are one of the club teams in Manitoba, and we won our provincial title last year, so we qualified for a national club championship, which just started last year with the men's starting. So we will be playing Saskatchewan to qualify to move on to the next round. If we win that, we'll move on to a national Final Four championship in August, so we're hoping to advance, and this is the first time we've been able to do something of this sort of magnitude within our club program, so we're pretty excited.
Okay, where's that all going down this weekend?
It's at Maple Grove Rugby Park at 2 p.m. this Saturday.
Okay, Alex, toss the mic over to you there. What kind of got you into rugby? I'll get more on a personal side here for you. It's obviously a little bit of a violent sport. I don't like saying that because violence, people think it's a bad thing, but it is. It's a physical sport, and you got to be prepared for it.
Yeah. Well, my older siblings played in high school,
okay.
So that's where I got my first exposure to it. So then I decided to play in high school, and I just liked the physicality of it. I liked being able to do more than just sort of dodge around people and pass for a ball, catch a ball, that sort of thing. And I liked how you need every single person on the team to play.
Yeah.
But other sports like volleyball and basketball, you may only utilize a couple players, but with rugby you need everyone to play and be at their best for the full game.
Yeah, that's obviously going to drive an interest into the sport for sure.
Yeah.
We'll pass it down one more time here. Sandy Penner on the end. Talk to me about the league. Last year playing in the league and just taking that provincial championship. It obviously must have been an exciting part of your rugby career.
It's phenomenal that our team won actually the last 3 years, which is amazing. We had a few lulls there prior to, so these 3 victories have been absolutely amazing, and the club just gets that much closer because of it.
Do you find like rivalries are built, like things like this? Like you guys have one team that is just gets under your skin all the time?
I think there's always one team every year that you really want to beat, but with rugby, it's one of those things that after the game, regardless of the rivalry, you'll just go and have a beer after with everyone, and it's just a friendly community.
So this weekend, I mean, obviously a big game, one and done kind of thing, I assume. How do you approach it?
Just lots of practice, get numbers out there, have all the support in all the Rugby Manitoba community, and with that support, that alone helps with the club, I think.
For sure. We'll toss it back over to Kelsey here for a second. What is practice like for you guys? Obviously, you're all adults here, so you have jobs and lives outside of rugby, but how do you guys manage to pull it all together and get a group on the field?
Right. Well, it actually is pretty tough when we have people who are paramedics and veterinarians and nurses and working shift work. So we do our best, and I think people understand that with rugby, you can't sort of just come in and play a game. You have to be at practice to be safe and to know what's going on the pitch. So it's trying to drive that community, and especially having this game coming up, that helps get numbers out because we know there's some stuff on the line.
Maple Grove Rugby Park, great place to play, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. They have 5 fields there, good clubhouse, great place to bring people together.
You guys must utilize that a lot there, Patrick. What other fields do you guys run out of in Winnipeg and all around Manitoba? Is this like, do you guys just use football fields, soccer fields? Does it matter? Is there a difference?
Is there a difference?
No, seriously. I'm sure people are wondering that.
That's right. No, there is a difference. The goalposts on a football field are actually further back set, whereas on a rugby field they're actually right up against the end zone line.
Okay.
So what you'd call the end zone line.
Yeah.
We typically use Maple Grove. We have 5 fields down there. That's something that we actually, as a community, built from the ground up with our government assistance. It was the first of its kind for any of the sports doing that in Manitoba. So it's a great asset that we have, and it's also a great banquet hall as well for anyone that's looking to have a nice social down by the river.
Great. Well, I really appreciate you guys joining me out here today and getting the word out there. Let's plug that game one more time and try and get you guys some more crowd support out this weekend.
Yeah, so Saturday, 2 p.m., Maple Grove Rugby Park. We're playing the Regina Rage to move on in the Canadian Club Rugby Championships.
Regina!
Yeah, big rivalry there.
Yeah, perfect. No, bring a lawn chair, bring yourself a cooler, and make a whole day out of it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.